Have you ever felt like you're planting seeds of positivity, hard work, or faith, but they just don't seem to grow? You're not alone. In fact, Jesus told a story about this exact feeling 2,000 years ago, and it's more relevant today than ever. It's called the parable of the sower, and it's a powerful metaphor for how we receive and nurture the important messages in our lives. Let us break it down and see how this ancient story can give us profound insights into our modern world. In the parable, a sower goes out to scatter seed. As he does, the seed falls on for different types of soil. Each soil represents a different way hearts and minds respond to truth, wisdom, or what the Bible calls the word of the kingdom. By understanding these four soils, we can identify which one best describes our own spiritual and personal landscape right now, and more importantly, how we can cultivate better ground for growth. First, some seed fell along the path. Imagine a hard, compacted dirt path where people walk all the time. The seed just sits on the surface, exposed. Jesus explains that this represents someone who hears the message but doesn't understand it. Before the message can even begin to sink in, the evil one comes and snatches it away. In today's world, this is the distracted heart. We are constantly bombarded with information, notifications, and endless scrolling. We might hear something profound, a life-changing idea, a piece of spiritual wisdom, or a call to be a better person, but our minds are so cluttered and hardened by the constant traffic of daily life that the message can't find a way in. It's like trying to plant a flower on a concrete sidewalk. The seed is good, but the ground is impenetrable. The birds that snatch the seed away are modern-day distractions. The next notification, the next email, the next urgent but unimportant task that pulls our attention away before the truth can take root. Do you ever feel like this? You attend a service, watch an inspiring video, or read a powerful book and you feel a spark, but by the time you're back in your car or on your couch, it's gone, snatched away by the busyness of life. The second type of soil is the rocky ground. Here, the seed sprouts quickly. There's a thin layer of soil, so the plant shoots up with enthusiasm. But underneath that thin layer is solid rock. The roots can't go deep to find moisture and nutrients. So, when the sun gets hot, the plant withers and dies. This represents the person who receives the message with joy and excitement. They're all in, at first. Think of someone who makes a New Year's resolution with incredible passion, or has a powerful emotional experience and decides to change their life. Their initial response is fantastic. They're on fire, but their commitment is shallow. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. In our world, this is the culture of instant gratification. We want results now. We love the initial high of a new commitment, but we're not prepared for the hard work that follows. The scorching sun is any kind of adversity. It could be peer pressure that makes you feel awkward for your beliefs. It could be a personal failure that makes you doubt your new path. It could be the simple, grinding difficulty of building a new habit. Because the commitment has no deep roots of understanding, discipline, and conviction, it can't withstand the heat. The initial joy fades, and the person gives up, looking for the next easy, exciting thing. It's a shallow faith, a shallow commitment, unable to endure hardship. Third, some seed fell among thorns. The seed sprouts and begins to grow, but so do the thorns around it. Eventually, the thorns grow up and choke the life out of the plant, preventing it from bearing any fruit. Jesus says these are the people who hear the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke it out. This is perhaps the most relatable soil for many of us in the modern world. The seed is growing. There's understanding, there's commitment, but it's competing for resources. The thorns are all the things that consume our energy, time, and focus. What are today's thorns? The worrying about paying the bills, the anxiety about our career, the constant pressure to climb the ladder, the deceitfulness of wealth in just about being a millionaire. It's the desire for more. It's the belief that the next purchase, the next promotion, or the next status symbol will finally make us happy. It's the relentless pursuit of worldly things that promises security, but often delivers more anxiety. These thorns don't kill the plant instantly. They slowly, gradually squeeze the life out of it. Our spiritual life becomes just one more thing on our to-do list, and it gets crowded out by more urgent concerns until it's no longer fruitful. The plant is there, but it's not thriving. It's not producing the love, joy, and peace it was meant to. Finally, we come to the good soil. Some seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. This is the goal. This is the life of impact and purpose we all crave. Jesus explains that the good soil represents someone who hears the word, understands it, and accepts it. This person's heart is prepared. They aren't distracted, they aren't shallow, and they haven't let the worries of the world take over. Because the soil of their heart is deep, soft, and clear, the seed can grow deep roots, develop into a strong plant, and produce an abundant harvest. This isn't about being a perfect person. Good soil isn't a statement of our own righteousness. It's a description of a heart that is receptive, humble, and willing to be cultivated. Cultivating good soil is an active process. It means intentionally removing the stones of shallow commitment. It means actively weeding the thorns of worldly anxiety and materialism. It means protecting our minds from the constant foot traffic of distraction so the seed of truth has a quiet place to land and be understood. It's about creating space in our lives for reflection, prayer, and study. It's about building discipline when our initial enthusiasm fades. It's about intentionally prioritizing what is eternally important over what is temporarily urgent. When we do this, the message doesn't just stay in our heads. It transforms our lives and allows us to bear fruit, impacting the world around us in a positive way. The fruit is the evidence of a transformed life: kindness, generosity, patience, and love. So, the big question this parable asks us today is, what kind of soil am I? And we don't have to be just one type. We might be rocky ground in our professional life, thorny in our finances, and a hard path in our family life. The beauty of this parable is that it's not a final judgment. It's a diagnostic tool. It gives us a framework to see where we need to work. If you feel like the hard path, how can you slow down and create quiet moments to truly listen and understand? Maybe it's turning off your phone for an hour a day. If you see yourself in the rocky ground, how can you deepen your roots? Maybe it's joining a community or finding a mentor to hold you accountable when times get tough. If you feel choked by thorns, what worries or desires can you intentionally lay down? Perhaps it's about practicing gratitude and contentment instead of constantly chasing more. The parable is a call to become active gardeners of our own hearts. The sower, God, is generously scattering the good seed of His word everywhere. The quality of the seed is perfect. The variable is the soil. Our response determines the harvest. By tending to the soil of our hearts, we can prepare ourselves to receive the life-changing message that Jesus offers and become fruitful in ways we can hardly imagine. It's a timeless lesson that invites us to look within, clear the ground, and get ready for a spectacular harvest. Thanks so much for watching. If this reflection on the parable of the sower resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that connects ancient wisdom with our modern lives. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What kind of soil are you working on in your life right now? See you in the next video.